Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am doing a day in my life vlog after so long, and oh my god, how much has life changed since back then I was just a medical student and you all saw a day in the life of a medical student, and today you're going to see for the first time in my channel a day in my life as a pre-intern doctor, and that is super special for me and for y'all. So let's get going. Today is the 22nd of October and it's a Sunday. So on Sundays I start work at 6 a.m. because there are surgeries going on from the morning. So I have two jobs in the morning, that is to clerk the ward and to clerk the surgeries as well. On this particular day there was just one patient in the ward, so I had to just clerk her and then head downstairs to clerk the surgeries. So after I was done with the ward work, I came downstairs because they said there were a lot of patients waiting. So let's get started. Good morning. Operation CNE pressure, cholesterol, allergy cam plaster. So as you saw, what I have to do is take a brief history and do a brief examination and check the vitals and make sure the patient is okay and is ready for a surgery. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned what surgeries we're talking about. So we are doing eye surgeries on this particular day. Once I was done with clerking the surgery patients, I went back to the ward because that is where majority of my work lies. Clerking the surgery patients is like an additional thing to what I have to do. So since I am the doctor at the ward, I went back to the ward. Now the time is around 7:38, and once I got back to the ward, I called the consultant that the patient was under and informed them and updated about the patient, and then I went on to note down the management plan that the consultant gave. And you can see in the midst of all of this, I am in a big conversation with one of the nurses there because she was telling me about something very interesting that happened last night or some other day. So yeah, anyway, moving on. Now the night nurses were going off duty and the nurse doing the morning shift is here. Just keep watching to see how she says bye. It's super funny. Bye. Obviously they were joking, but anyway, now I was getting hungry, so I'm going to have my breakfast, which is bread and cheese. And Kala. Done na thama. Ilang satyo kita may dana kiyan. Done na manda. Dura hambe. So I got in conversation with the cleaning auntie. She was super sad that we were leaving and she was asking me about internship and all the details around it. Annie, thank you, auntie. Okay, so in the midst of all of this, I had to also go down again a few times to clerk the surgery patients, and now the time is around 10:30 and we got our tea from our kitchen auntie. And since I had baked a cake for the ward, I thought this is the best time to give the cake with tea, right? So let's cut the cake.
Chocolate cake.
So once we were done cutting the cake, I took the cake to the table because the nurse is having her breakfast.
Cake? Pane.
Right. Nah, shape. Auntie done was seeing gun. Okay, I also had a piece of cake and now I'm having my tea. It was really refreshing to have it at that time.
Thank you, doctor.
Anne.
Thank you, doctor.
Hari. Alright, before you all judge us for just eating and hanging around and chilling, now we come back to work. So this patient was getting discharged today and the ward was going to become empty. So now I am writing the diagnosis card and her prescription with the discharge drugs and we are done. Only when I was editing this vlog did I realize that I have been eating so much in the ward. Now we have a murukku crunch on. This we got from one of the nurses who left the hospital and came back to see us. Alright, let's do a taste check. Now the time is around 1 and the nurses are shifting duty again. So say hello to the new one and say bye to the other one. Bye. Alright, we are back to eating. Let me explain. So now the time was around 1:32. Since there was nothing much happening in the ward and the only patient we had also got discharged, I thought of coming up and having my lunch. Now I am in the doctor's room, which is upstairs to the ward. Like I said, because we didn't have any patients in the ward, after lunch I went downstairs to the ETU. Hello. Honey, another Karani sister. Huh. And that was the sister. She's a sweetheart. And now we are in the emergency unit. So we didn't have any patients here as well. But the OPD was quite busy on this day and we did have some patients coming in. So we'll have to just wait and watch to see if there's anyone who's really sick and who really needs an admission. So until then, let's head back to the ward. Hello. Hi. How was Saruni? Auntie. Hello. Now the time is around 4:30 and I am having my tea. Admission na dekilada? Huh? Oh. Oh, ඒක තමයි. ගානේ thank you. Just as expected, we got 2 admissions to the ward, but look who is here. මේක දෙනවා. මේක 125ක් හැබැයි. හරි තයිරොක්සින් එක 125ක්. මේකත් දෙනවා. තියනවා දැන් පිටිනවා. මේක දෙන්න එපා. හරිද? ෆැන්ටසිඩ් එක දෙනවා. නියුරෝබාන එක දෙත හැකි අර පිටිනවා. ඇටෝ 40. මේ ටික දෙත හැකි මේ දෙක පොඩ්ඩක් තියාගන්න. ඒ දෙක දෙන්න එපා. ඔක්කොම දෙක තියන්න So as you can see, we got a bit busy with both the admissions coming at the same time. But anyway, if you were wondering why my friend was there, she is also working at the same hospital as a pre-intern doctor. Today was not her day because they usually take 1 doctor per day. And today was not her day, but she came because it was our last day. Go report sticker. Just don't mind me being sarcastic to my nurses. They understand me. Anyway, now we are going through the investigation reports of the patients and trying to figure out what's wrong. Not good. I'm sure all of us have gone through that aha moment, and that was what we were going through with that CKD MBD thing. If you didn't understand it, it's okay. Let's move on. Okay, this was totally unexpected. Anna, sweet. Like I said, it was totally unexpected and it was so sweet of them to do it. They didn't have to do it. Moving on, the sister came to the ward again because it was our last day and my friend was also here. We went on to take some pictures and the one who's taking the pictures is the physiotherapist. So we all took pictures and we bid farewell to the sister. Alright, the night duty nurses are here, so that means it's 7 or past 7. Anyway, my friend has brought iced coffee, so we went down to the ETU to distribute the coffee. And once we were done with that, we headed back to the ward to give iced coffee to the nurses at the ward. I can't with these nurses. They are being too sweet. Here they are with more presents. So this was from all of the nurses in the ward. Here's a huge thank you to all the nurses. Thank you so much for making this farewell memorable and emotional. Watching this makes me more sad because it's been only a few days since I have left. It's just so sad. Now that we got the presents, let's open them up to see what we've got. If the conversation while we were opening the presents made no sense to you, it's okay. It was just some inside, jokes. Moving on, now the time was around 8:30 and we got ourselves some kottu because it was our last day. I just want to take this time and give a huge thank you to this hospital and the staff, and to let you all know that I am super grateful for this opportunity that I got. It's been only 3 months of working as a pre-intern doctor and I have gained so much from this place in terms of my career, academics, and more importantly, good people. This place and the people will always be in my heart because this is my first ever job. And here comes the hardest part, bidding farewell. Bye. Bye. And that is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Until I see you again in another video. Bye.